Okay, I think we can begin.
Yes.
Thank you for coming for
You're
this
welcome.
Eat with the Owner. And your name is
Meing Wong.
Xiumeng Wang. So we call it Sifu Wang. It's fine.
Meing Wong is good. I'm not your teacher, so you don't have to call me Sifu.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
How to spell that?
Xiumeng Wang?
Xiumeng.
Meing. So it's S-U-I.
Xiumeng.
Capital M-E-I-N-G. It's S-U-I. There's no sh. Yeah. It's Toisanese, so. M-E-I-N-G. Wong. W-N-G.
Xiu means
so
it's like this, right? I guess it's like this.
So no.
How to write it?
So Xiu Ming. Xiaoming.
It's right here. It's not so clear. Oh, Shaoming. In Mandarin is Shaoming.
Xiaoming. Yeah.
Shao means young, right?
Yeah.
Young.
Young, new.
Yeah. Meing means
it's like Shaolin.
Yeah.
Shao. Same
Yeah.
thing.
Shaolin.
Yeah.
It's amazing. Shaoming. That's okay. Yeah, this is episode 21, I think. Yeah, it's 21.
Yeah, like there was a lot of argument when I was young. People would find out my name. They would thought I would be New Light. You know, Ming Light.
Ming. Yeah.
No, my light.
Yeah, great.
So Ming, it turns out, so few name means like I'm special.
Yeah. Wang is Wang, right?
Wong is Wong.
Okay.
Yeah, the big stomach Wong.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's different Wongs, right?
What do you mean?
There's different writings.
We all write like this.
No, I'm not that Wong. I'm so 21.
Oh, I see. Yeah, they're both of them popular, but this one we write will be like this, A-N-G. In Chinese, we will write H-U-A-N-G.
Yeah, but in Canada, North America, there's no difference.
Seriously? So that's
we're all called Wong, not Huang.
Yeah. Okay. So you're this one.
I'm this one.
Okay, great. And
that's why I said my father told me, oh, big stomach Wong, because it looks like a man with a big stomach.
First time I hear that.
Or he said 21, 21, oil, 8.
Yeah, that's amazing. That's amazing. Yeah, it's the first time I hear that. Yeah. Okay, great. Actually, we can start ordering. So what do you want? We can eat a lot of.
Anything as long as it's not fish.
Okay.
I'm allergic to fish.
You can choose. You can choose something new.
Yeah.
Risk free.
Yeah. I've tried pretty much everything though. So.
Yeah, we met you. Yeah, met you several times. Yeah. But actually, to be honest, without the pandemic,
yes.
I wouldn't know you are like Chinese descendant at all because
I remember when I first met you. It was on when the restaurant was on Côte d'Ivoire. Yeah.
But then, because you have the beard, you don't want to ask people their ethnic. What is that the real thing you ask? But now we scan the vaccine passport. We can see the last name right away.
Yeah.
Oh, it's W-O-N-G. That must be it's like Chinese.
Yeah.
So that kind of somehow it helped for me to know you.
So you eat your food a lot more than I do.
Yeah.
So what do you feel like? That's something that you haven't had in a while.
We can have for me.
For me, the pork belly is always a winner.
We can still do the pork belly. Actually, we can try this one, sweet and sour. The ribs, recently I find it a little bit harder than used to be. Okay. So I want to see it's still good or not.
All right.
That's my little test. Yeah.
Great.
The sweet sour pork ribs, and what else? Do you want to try this one, the Mei Cai Kou Rou, the pork pickled vegetable?
That sounds good.
Okay. So you get these 2 of this and green beans.
Okay, yeah, and that should be okay.
Want to try one more fish? Oh, you don't eat fish, and then have you tried the lamb hot pot?
I have. It's very good.
You want to try? You want to eat that?
That's a lot of food for 2 of us.
Right. So we can do that, and
I think we're pretty good right now.
But it's all you can eat today.
Yeah, I understand. It's not it. I have to teach at 6 o'clock.
Oh, seriously? Okay. Let's get no shrimp either, right? Fish.
No, shrimp is fine.
Shrimp.
It's really fish.
Let's do the shrimp then.
Okay.
We have what do we mention? Oh yeah, it's I want to try out something as well because I'm always curious. Our shrimp, the portion is really small,
Okay.
so I want to see how it goes. Cool. Oh yeah, cool.
Wait, how old are you?
I'm 42.
42.
79. I was born in 1979.
I was born in 1967.
Oh, that's not.
So I'm 54.
Yeah, so it's
Yeah.
12 years.
Yeah.
Actually, you have the same year of goat, right?
Yes. Yes.
Yay!
Two goats.
Yeah,
See?
two goats.
That's
We
why.
have the goatee.
Yes, exactly.
That's cool. That's a lot of coincidence.
So many.
What is the last one? Last one we said. I have short memory.
You said
Oh yeah,
shrimp.
shrimp. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, let's do the simple one. And okay with rice, right?
yes, rice.
Okay, let me run downstairs to give it. But the camera will keep going, so we don't edit, and it's really quick.
No problem.
Okay. Actually, you were born here, right?
Yes.
So, but how about your parents? They were born here.
My mother was born here,
Okay.
and my father was born in China.
So he moved here early when he was really young.
No, he moved here because he had to run away from the revolution.
Oh, really? That's
Yeah.
what time? Like
That was
40,
in the-
48, 49?
Something like that. Yeah. So his grandfather
Yeah.
was in Montreal because he had helped to build the railroads to cross Canada.
That's the first Chinese
Yeah.
immigrants. Right?
So he emigrated. Well, he stayed in Canada,
Yeah.
and he sent money back home.
Okay.
One of my uncles
Yeah.
came to Montreal to live with my grandfather
Yeah.
because he was to learn English.
Yeah.
Because the family business in China, my grandfather wanted someone that spoke English, but
Okay,
wanted
okay.
a family member.
Okay. So your grandfather was already in Montreal.
My great grandfather,
Great grandfather.
my father's grandfather.
Okay.
So my great grandfather. was here.
That's like before 1900 maybe. Right?
No.
Around
the
that
railways. The railways.
It's beginning of 1900 something, right?
Something like that. Yeah. No, when my great grandfather passed away, he was in his hundreds.
Okay. Oh, that's okay.
Yeah.
That's really long life.
Yeah.
Long life.
Yeah.
So your father, like that time when he came here, spoke English already?
No.
But
My father barely spoke English. Didn't speak French. Spoke Mandarin. Spoke Toisanese. Spoke Cantonese.
Okay.
But he never explored very much outside of the Chinese culture.
Okay.
The only thing that he explored
Yeah.
was he had himself a white wife.
Really? Oh, seriously? So your mom is
My mom is Quebecoise.
Quebecoise?
Yeah.
Okay, I thought you don't look like.
My father is Chinese. My mother is
Okay.
Quebecoise. So my mother,
So you are
they're descended from the Sabourin
Okay.
and the Bouchard, I think. Yes.
You don't look like a mix like. You can pass like a Chinese. You can,
Maybe for you, but for some Chinese, they
Really?
look at me and no. I've experienced racism from both sides.
seriously. But the time we grew up probably still. But right now it looks like a much better situation on the race thing. People don't judge people.
Oh no, they still do, but they know to shut up.
Yeah, they don't say it, right? It's a
Well, it depends. It depends.
But stereotype is kind of stereotype. For me, I've been here 15 years. Myself, I don't see that much, to be honest.
Well, that's good for you.
Yeah, it's maybe I'm working in IT, so working the technology, kind of that stuff.
Yeah. No, I got to live quite a bit of it, but like I said, from both sides. You know, like at one point, I was working for a woman called Ruth Lam.
Yeah.
And I did the North Lion dance for her.
Yeah.
Okay. And so the team originally, it was two other guys who were Chinese, but they didn't want to do it anymore, so they stopped. And I found a friend that wanted to learn it, but he was white.
Okay.
Okay, but it was okay. Ruth was happy, so we showed him. We got training to do it. And one time during a performance, when after the show, we took the costume off, you know, before the final bow, and some people went to complain to Ruth that we weren't Chinese.
Seriously.
Yeah, and to give Ruth credit, she told them, if you can find some Chinese boys that work as hard as them, I'll take them too.
That's quite it's very early stage, like the mix right now, mixed race marriage. Right now, you see everywhere.
Well, much more.
Yeah,
much more. In 1967, my mom was pretty avant-garde.
Yeah, exactly. that early stage. But your father has to be really kind of has a character or like not even speaking.
Well, I have to say my father, he knew that if he got a Chinese wife, he would have to take care of her a lot more.
Exactly.
Yes. But if you got a white wife, she could earn money, no problem.
It's more independent, like the woman from the Western culture, they're more independent.
Exactly.
Even today, they're more independent.
Yeah, but a Chinese wife, there's more expected from the husband.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's generally speaking, it's like that. It's like they kind of demand more.
Yes.
It's true. It's true. We live.
So my father had these kids with
so
my mom.
How many siblings?
I have just one brother. So you met him when.
The other. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So he practiced Tai Chi.
He did. Yes. He still does, but not in school anymore.
But 1967, like when you grew up, like who introduced you to Kung Fu then?
All right. So when I was young, my father practiced Kung Fu as well.
But very good.
Oh yeah. He got into a lot of fights.
I know from like the Guangdong province, the Foshan, right? It's very famous for Kung Fu. Very famous.
My father, he learned a village style, so it was to protect the village.
Yeah.
Right. But one of his teachers was an actual Shaolin monk.
That's serious stuff.
Yeah, and
that Shaolin is from Henan Shaolin, not the Shaolin. There's two Shaolin.
Yes, there's two Shaolin,
south and the north, right? It's from Henan.
I would guess it would have been from the north.
Yeah, from the north Shaolin.
Yeah. So he said what he learned looked a lot like Taekwondo. There's not too many punches, a lot of kicks.
Yeah, a lot of kicks.
A lot of kicks. Yeah. So that's what he learned.
That's we call Nanquan Bei Tui. The south for the fixed, north for the legs.
Yes.
It's
Well, I teach one of the styles I teach is Choi Li Fut, and it's a mix of both.
Yeah. That's why he's successful. He's like this kind of displaying the kind of Kung Fu, kind of very successful.
Yeah. Choi Li Fut is very popular in Asia. Yeah. So
your father was practicing.
So my father showed me some of it, and then his life got busy in a way, and he wasn't that interested anymore. And then one day, when I was 10, I decided I wanted to learn more.
Okay.
But because I was 10, I couldn't go too far away from home.
Yeah.
All right. So I found a karate school not too far away, and I did Shotokan karate for a little while. And one day, my father saw my gi, my uniform.
Yeah.
And he went, "What's that?" to my mom. And my mom said, "Well, your son is doing karate." And my father went, "My son is not doing any Japanese style."
Yeah, I get that generation. They
saw the war. They knew.
They did not like Japanese.
There was some hate.
Yeah.
You know. But my sister-in-law is Japanese.
Yeah. Okay, that's a good mix.
Yeah. So things change.
Yeah.
Things change. Even my father's attitude eventually changed, but at that time he was still angry at the Japanese.
Especially from Guangdong province was the first to be occupied.
They saw the horror.
The first batch of city, they were being occupied by Japan.
So so when he saw that I had gone on my own, then he signed me up to a Wing Chun school.
Yeah.
So I did Wing Chun for about 4 years, maybe a little more.
How do you like we call small fist?
Yeah,
small,
yeah.
Like very quick, like the.
I enjoyed my time at Wing Chun. It's an effective style, but there's not that many forms to it.
Okay.
Okay, so artistically, it's not very big. So it's one of the things that I like about Choi Li Fut is there's a lot of forms.
Too many forms, I see. Like this crazy many. Like
yeah, but each one teaches you something.
Okay.
Yeah.
But like as a top level master, I don't know what it's called, but can this master know all those kind of things, or only pick some half of it?
I don't think there's too many people in the world that know
Everything.
all the forms of Choi Li Fut anymore. Okay, what I had heard, is it true? I don't know. When Chan Heng, the founder of Choi Li Fut, when he made it, there was about 18 forms.
Yeah.
Now, officially, it's in the 90s. Okay? Yeah. But it also comes from a period in time where there was no internet, there was no TV, there was no radio.
Yeah.
Or if there was radio, not too many people had. So
from the sketches, maybe.
But when you're bored, what do? You make forms.
Yeah.
Great. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you.
So that's even how I found out, like not only the kind of those kind of fist or that kind of different animal kind of stuff, but also they have the what do you call the weapons, right?
Yes.
With all the
many weapons.
That's crazy. How can people get like master all those kind of stuff? It's too
well. The weapons, you don't necessarily master the weapon, but well, you should.
Yeah.
You should master the weapon, but you do get a sense of how to move with what you've learned in the style and add a weapon to it.
Yeah.
So the more power, more extension.
It's more like that part. It looks like a Shaolin, right? Shaolin, there you have a lot of
at the origin, Shaolin is staff.
Yeah.
So everything, even the way they move, is from staff.
The staff means
the long stick.
Yeah,
the long stick.
Yeah, that's amazing.
It's a beautiful weapon. It's not expensive.
Have you watched the Jet Li's first movie, Shaolin Temple?
I have. It's enjoyable.
Yeah, it's amazing.
My favorite. Which one is it? It's
Huang Fei Hong.
No. Although I did like that one too. Fist of Legend.
Fist of Legend. Is that from Jet Li as well?
Yeah. It's a remake of Bruce Lee's Chinese Connection.
Oh no, that's the one Chenzhen, right? Is the Japanese, like they fight Japanese warriors? Like,
he does. Yeah.
So it's from Ho Yuanjia.
But it's Jet Li.
Yeah, Jet Li.
Yeah.
Jet Li played. Bruce Lee played that role as well.
Yes,
right?
exactly.
Yeah.
In the Chinese Connection.
Yeah, we call it Chenzhen.
Chenzhen.
Yeah, Chenzhen.
Okay.
It's anybody plays that has to be a legend. If you play that role, has to be legend because he's a big boxer and fighting. He learned from his master. We call Ho Yuanjia, his master. But his master is traditional. But Chenzhen went to Japan, so learn about boxing, the style, freestyle thing.
I know someone who grew up 2 blocks away from that school and didn't know it.
That's
like.
Enjoy this. So 10 years old, you learn 4 years.
So then I did
Wing Chun.
I did Wing Chun, and then later I went to BC, and when I came back, I wanted to go back to my Wing Chun, but the Sifu he left Montreal. So while I was gone, my brother, he learned Tai Chi.
Yeah.
So my brother wanted to learn Kung Fu, but my father said, not you, because you have a hot temper and you're going to hurt somebody.
Yeah.
But if you learn Tai Chi, by the time you're good enough to hurt somebody, it will have calmed you down.
That's a good thinking.
Yeah. So my brother learned Tai Chi at QiGong school in Chinatown at the time. From there, when I came back, because my brother was doing the Tai Chi, I went to QiGong as well, but I did the Choi Li Fut.
Okay.
Eventually, I did the Tai Chi as well.
But between Tai Chi and the Choi Li Fut, they are so different, right? Because one is like a more very slow, and another is also quiet. The other one is kind of you need to shout.
Much more aggressive.
Yeah.
Yes. So Choi Li Fut is a very aggressive system. Tai Chi is passive aggressive.
Yeah. We all watched the movie. Jet Li played the Tai Chi master.
Yeah, there was 2 moves of Tai Chi in that movie. That's it. Just 2 moves. Yeah. Everything else was
fighting.
Was contemporary wushu.
Yeah. But do you have to learn the theories behind, or like the books, something? Do you still have those kind of kung fu books? Is that real, or
there
the
are
sketches?
Kung fu books. There are kung fu books. There are sketches. But it's better to have a teacher.
That's the thing. It's kind of people. If you give them a ancient kung fu book or sketches, I think they all think it's a fake. You know, just to trick people.
Some of it is. You know, some of it is a lot of storytelling.
Yeah.
You know, magic. You can go there, but it's like Qi is real.
But it cannot hold people away. But it's inside your body to move.
It's inside your body, and you can use it to hurt people.
But from the movie, like
where they throw it.
Yeah.
Well, maybe I'm not saying no, but I can't do it.
In Chinese, we call it QiGong.
QiGong. Yes, I did QiGong as well. So I learned QiGong from Yu Lao Shi, and I learned Zineng QiGong. So the intelligence QiGong from Yu Lao Shi.
It's very funny. For us, it's for the like I went to the like traditional like a system, like going to school, university, being an engineer. So as a young boy, we liked kung fu a lot. We were like fighting each other with kind of crazy things. But when we grew older in the school system, kind of most people don't believe the qigong anymore. So,
yes, that's true. Yeah. That's true. But most people don't believe it because Mao didn't like it.
But you don't see that when you're thinking. It's all from Jin Yong, you know, the Jin Yong, the kung fu novels, the books.
It's not from that. Those books are inspired from reality.
Yeah, exactly. So we all read all the kind of classic kung fu novels, books from Jin Yong. So, but if you tell the real life, people know qigong, and then they can create some energy away from your body. Mm-hmm. So, I guess most people from schools, like at least all my friends from the graduating from university, they probably very hard to let them believe.
Well, it's a real thing, so. You can use it to project energy outside your body, and you can also use it to strengthen your body.
Yeah.
So I could give you a small demonstration right now if you want.
How?
Okay. So we can stand here. I'm going to have you put your 2 fingers here, and I'm going to push you away as I walk forwards. And it's not going to hurt me, and you're going to go backwards.
But I'm going to hurt?
No, you're not going to hurt. You're not going to hurt. But you won't. If I do this to you, probably it won't work.
Okay, let's see that. Seriously? That's the first time.
Okay. So at first you build your chi here, and eventually you can make it go other places.
Okay.
So I'm going to make it go here.
Okay.
So I'm going to stand like this.
Not like this.
Okay.
I'm going to stand like this. And you're going to take 2 fingers, put 1 foot back so you're nice and solid. Okay? Okay?
Yeah.
So normally, there's nothing now.
Yeah.
Okay? I'm going to do it now.
Okay.
Really? Put resistance. I'm not kidding.
That's like can I say it? It's like too strong. You're too strong.
No. You do it.
Oh yeah, because it's hard there. It's the force is really strong.
Yes.
That's part of the chi.
That's part of the chi.
I thought could be their body weight. No.
No. What is there here except your tongue?
Yeah, you have a point.
Okay. Here. Go. Make a fist. Go in. Go in. In.
Wow. That's something really kind of boom.
Yes.
So you don't have a soft belly. So you have a.
It's not soft. Well, yeah, it can be. Touch. It can be soft. But it can be hard too.
But is there any skinny guy can do that as well?
Oh, yeah. That's the inner work.
I know. It's crazy.
So there's
A bit closer.
when you start to do Kung Fu, you learn the outer work. So you learn how to do the forms correctly, how to do the positions correctly, how to transfer power from one side to the other. Eventually, you learn to control somebody else too. If you have good control over yourself, then you can start to control the other person.
That's for sure.
Okay, and then more than that is the work inside, where you strengthen your insides, so that when somebody hits you, they hurt.
So
So what you felt there, okay? Imagine if you were striking me, and you felt that return into your hand. That would be unpleasant for you.
Yeah, it's the basic physics, like
Right,
it's
right.
against the
So
force
I
against.
become. The idea is I don't become like a brick.
Yeah.
I become like a big rubber ball, a basketball.
That's like more like a Tai Chi.
Well, I do Tai Chi too.
Yeah, Tai Chi theory.
Yeah, but
Actually,
Kung Fu as well.
yeah,
The
actually,
human body is the human body.
Actually, the Qi is like more famous for Tai Chi, for Wudang, right? Wudang is more Qi like that.
Well,
Shaolin is more like power.
like Chen though, Chen is Tai Chi, right?
Yeah.
Chen Sa, but that's from Shaolin.
Yeah.
It's not from Wudang.
Yeah.
So, because there's the General Chen, he learned at Shaolin, and he condensed things down to what he did. But it's Tai Chi. Tai Chi basically means that you're imitating the principles of the universe.
That's amazing, man. You guys, you are amazing. You are the first time when you came here to the restaurant several times, and we had a chance to talk.
Mm-hmm.
And I learned that you were practicing the Choi Li Fut, and then like you said, you did not have cell phone or the social media. That's amazing. Like that's like give me more respect, to be honest, because everything right now they want to especially you are doing this, you are teaching people, you get more people know you, right? That's basic. A lot of business.
Well, this is the advantage of the internet.
Yeah.
You get people to know you.
Yeah, exactly.
But the internet, it allows you to talk to somebody in, let's say, Malaysia.
Yeah.
I can't have a student in Malaysia. Yeah. I will never meet him or her.
Yeah. But you even don't have the cell phone. Like, it's for me that brings more respect because you are dedicated. You focus on what you do. Like, the chief of Shaolin Temple, they had the social media account, everything he was doing. For me, that's kind of reduce the respect for Shaolin Temple a little bit because for me, I'm not. Shaolin Temple?
It shouldn't. There's a big marketing around Shaolin Temple that he has to maintain.
But my idea, you're not supposed to market for Shaolin Temple. The people are supposed, when they practice.
The government disagrees with you.
It's the Shaolin Temple it's the holy place for Kung Fu. So the people there, the first thing, they're not even doing the Kung Fu. The first thing, they are reciting the Bibles. The 90% of the time, just like to get their mind clear. So do that, and then they do the warrior monks. They practice the Kung Fu.
But the warrior monks, their purpose was to protect the temple.
To protect the temple.
Yes.
But you don't want to market anything of that because you don't need money for them to live a life. They don't need money. Money is nothing.
Right.
So they need to be 100% dedicated to what they are doing. Practice Kung Fu and then recite
The
those
sutras.
read those things. So that's what the first time 10 or 20 years ago, it was a big thing in China, like on the internet, saying the chief, I don't know what's the name, 主持, the chief of the Shaolin Temple, he was very popular on the social media. That time, that does not sound right. Because that was 20 years ago.
A lot of the monks are monks in names only.
Yeah, exactly. That's before they don't want to have the connection to the world. They just want to, practice their beliefs.
But the government saw there's money to be made.
They pay tax as well.
In a way, yeah, because when people give money, it doesn't go to the temple; it goes to the government.
When the
government did the same thing is doing the same thing with Wudang now.
Yeah. The Shaolin Temple has a special place, right? It's always the special place for Kung Fu.
But after the Cultural Revolution, a lot of the teachers ran away, or they were going to be killed.
Do you want to try this to see? Do you like it a little bit tender? This one used to be very tender in our restaurant, right?
Okay. Still good.
Yeah, it's a little bit harder. There used to be the meat will come off the bones.
Okay.
Very easily, and then
What are you doing different then?
It's like we stew them less time, I believe. But then reality is like before 3-4 years ago, we stew them long time.
Mm-hmm.
It's very difficult to clean the wok. It's all
yes.
stick there like a hu.
Okay.
It's just sticking to that, and you cannot scrap them, and you have to burn the whole thing to like red hot, and then the thing will come off.
Okay.
And after that, we try this like less time, so easy to wash the wok. But I guess traditionally, it's supposed to be that way. That's kind of trade-off. Otherwise, after you make one dish, and it's kind of really painful.
Well, you could go to McDonald's and have a really bad hamburger, or you could go to an expensive place and have a really amazing hamburger.
Not Five Guys.
And or you can go to in the middle and go to Five Guys.
Five Guys. But does your mom speak Cantonese?
No, my mom speaks French and English.
English. So how about your Cantonese?
Oh no, it's non-existent. So my father was very much old style. Language is the woman's work. That's her job. So I learned French and English. There was a while I tried to learn Mandarin, but then I tried it with my father, and he just laughed at my accent. So I stopped.
That's not encouraging.
It's not encouraging. He was not an encouraging kind of person. Yeah, I've thought a lot about my father that way, and the way he was. The way he lived in the now. He lived in the now. He didn't plan very much for the future. He didn't think very much about the past. But he lived through the Cultural Revolution, and he lost everything. So, in his mind, while you have it, play with it now. Spend the money, because maybe at some point it all goes away.
But generally speaking, the people from Guangdong province, they are more adventurous, to be honest. From the other provinces I see, in China we have 31 provinces, especially Canton, we call Guangdong province or Cantonese. They're very adventurous. Like they are the first batch of people risk their lives to go to see different countries, to walk there. Even they were tricked to go there sometimes. They were really tricked, but they kind of
Gold Mountain.
Gold Mountain, San Francisco. Actually, literally translate Gold Mountain. Old Gold Mountain.
That's right. The whites were willing to lie to people to get more hands working for them.
Actually, a lot of people, it's a local agent as well. Some bad people, like this, they were Chinese as well. So they spoke some English, and then they tricked the fellow countrymen to see like this, like go somewhere, go mountain, and then it's a. But generally speaking, the people from Guangdong province, they not only to the United States, they also go to Thailand, Vietnam, everywhere.
Yeah.
Like they like to go overseas. Like they had the boat very 300, 400 years ago, right?
Well, maybe because living and growing up in that area is so tough that you're willing to take a chance to go somewhere else.
But fishing villages, like rely. Very typical, like your father, probably that generation, they don't encourage their kids. They just kind of, want to be better and better, right?
Well, that's the hope. We all want our kids to be better, right?
But sometimes you see, that's reaching the limit. You don't push. But for them, they probably still want to push to see how it goes. They want to say, you need to do better. And then, like, actually, like, you should have maybe stop pushing, like, a few
little bit ago.
Yeah, maybe ago, yeah. But if you knew how to read Chinese characters, it probably would be better for the Kung Fu thing, right?
It would have been useful. It would have been useful. But we don't get to choose our parents.
But the French English skills, we're gonna promote this kind of traditional Kung Fu even better, right? Because
in North America,
you can reach a wide audience. Maybe some potential people they need to know this Kung Fu. But I find the Kung Fu you practice, you teach, it's very kind of traditional, and also you need a lot of patience.
Yes.
Patience.
So anything that's worth doing will not be easy.
Exactly. That's why I think like
this is unfortunate in today's climate.
Yeah. Everything is fast.
Everything is fast. McDonald's, all the commercials, everything. The music is fast.
Even the Kung Fu like karate would be the number one, right? Because it's cool. Like kick.
Now it's
Jiu-Jitsu?
No. Although Jiu-Jitsu is very popular, but it's because of mixed martial art.
Yeah, mixed martial art. Yeah.
So that's the most popular now. Because you get to hit on people very, very early.
And also, like, it's very practical, useful.
It's very useful, very early, but they don't do any internal work.
Seriously, yeah, that's the thing. They don't do. But it's
many of them don't believe in it.
Yeah, like me sometimes. Like if you look the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, it's really amazing. At the beginning, the Gracie family they dominated the UFC, right?
They made the UFC, so they made the rules for themselves.
But almost no rules for that.
There was rules, and they picked who was going to be there.
Really? Well, that's maybe rigged.
Maybe.
But their theory.
They're still very good.
But their theory is really amazing.
Yes.
I read the theory because in Chinese, the qing na or something. Like if you stick out your finger, you're done because they grab your finger.
I will.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So for them as well. So when that's practical when you fight with somebody one-to-one. So any weakness will be exploited, right?
That's the whole point.
Yeah, exactly. So, but it's kind of brutal. Like
it's for war.
Yeah, it's
war is not.
Yeah,
look, nothing that I teach my student is nice for the other person. Yeah. Okay, it's not for their health. Yeah. It's for yours.
Yeah. That's why the Jiu-Jitsu is very practical. And the first theory I watched some YouTube about the Jiu-Jitsu. The first theory is maintain the distance. That's very, very, very correct. Like the maintain the distance. Like at the beginning, before engagement, if you really have to fight, you close up really quick. So the striking distance, close that within half second or the 10th of what? Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, try.
It's amazing. And then, but Jiu-Jitsu is good. Is like they want to disarm you. That's the first. They want to discourage the real engagement. So that's really a good philosophy as well. So they even they kind of beat you. They don't harm you that much. They kind of force you to give up.
They can rip your arm out of your socket.
But they don't have to. But they make you to tap. they make you surrender. You realize the
it's a
other
different
side.
game. It's a different game. Okay, so one of the reasons why a lot of traditional martial arts, kung fu, don't do very well in competitions is because competitions, they're geared towards the mindset of dominance. So you're going to dominate your opponent. The traditional styles are made to maim and kill. So if that's not what you're doing it wrong. Yeah.
Also, the traditional make you internally strong, right? The spiritual, sometimes spiritual as well.
Sure. To be good at Chinese kung fu, you don't have to do the internal. But the problem is you will age out of your kung fu early because your body wears out.
Yeah, body
okay? Wears. But if you work the internal, your kung fu can last you your whole life or just about.
Is that real? You see in the classic kung fu movies, the with white beard, 70 years old,
I have
still
a white
good.
beard.
The old master,
yes.
80 years old,
okay,
still good. He can still that good.
So, what if the training was honest? Then very likely his endurance or her endurance is not what it used to be. But if they
one punch
truly,
could be,
right,
punch
exactly.
If
they kept up their training and they thought about it and they improve and they streamline, then they can still have a lot of power.
Yeah.
Like even myself, when I was 30, I had much more endurance, but now I hit so much harder.
Yeah. But do you feel your body we always say after you're 40 years old, you go down you physically you feel that or?
Yeah.
I feel that crazy.
You get more injuries and they last longer. Okay, but you still get over them. You still get over them.
I feel because I play soccer. 4 or 5 years ago, I was pretty confident about running. But after 40, everything goes downhill crazy.
Yeah, but that's
but if you practice every day, it probably will postpone that a lot.
Yes. So my QiGong teacher, he was in his 90s, and he was still teaching, and he said, it doesn't matter what you do, don't stop. So stopping is the only crime.
That's the philosophy.
Yeah. So you can do anything. You can play soccer until you're very old. You can do archery until you're very old. Or you can do anything. But if you stop, then your body is going to break down faster.
Yeah, have the rhythm. Always the body needs the rhythm. That's interesting.
Yeah. So I've gotten, I got to meet a lot of interesting people through doing what I love. And I don't make much money at it, but still, no regrets.
It's difficult for them to make money though in this. If you do the traditional kung fu is not very, not very fashionable or very kind of appealing
to a lot of
people. Yeah, not appealing to karate or. The karate is very cool.
Many years ago, I taught this guy. He came from South America, and so he did martial arts over there, and he did one class with me, and then he never came back. And then years later, one of my other students, he was following some internet blog, and he found this guy who said he did a class with me, and I was too traditional.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, when I look at it, Choi Li Fut is most popular probably Wong Choi Li Fut. Choi Li Fut has millions of follower practitioners in the world.
Yeah.
A lot of.
So QiGong, I learned Hung Sing Choi Li Fut, which was on from the founder of Choi Li Fut, and then later I learned some Buxing Choi Li Fut, which is from Tam Sat, who, to put it mildly, he was probably a very unpleasant human. He liked to fight a lot. Yeah. Short temper, and if he found out you did kung fu, he wanted to fight you.
Wow.
Yeah.
The challenging thing.
Very, very much.
Always challenging. If you're good, I'm going to challenge you. That kind of.
Not even if you're good. If you say you do kung fu, let's throw hands.
in Montreal, do you have a good circle for Kung Fu? Like you kind of some masters, you know the different.
I know a few other sifus. Sure. We used to have a federation. So there's the White Crane School. Sifu Bernard. He was the president of that federation. I held a couple of different positions in it, and yeah, it was good for a while, but most of the work was being done by a small group of people. And nobody else was really helping very much unless we got to do a show or something. Then they would come, but otherwise they didn't.
But in the circle, some of them from mainland, or some of
No.
If the old,
it was Canada and a little bit of the U.S.
So you don't have the circle with like the masters coming from mainland. So sometimes they immigrate here.
Yeah,
they immigrate here.
Yeah.
They settle down in Montreal.
Yeah,
they teach like Kung Fu as well, I guess. But some of them even speak English or French.
Yeah.
Do you know any of
No,
that?
I don't.
So your circle is more like English, French speaking, or
like when I was younger, my father was part of the Chinese Freemason. So in Chinatown, there's a place called the Red Door.
Yeah.
So my father was a member of that. So I did a lot of lion dance there.
So Red Door, is that kind of a mafia thing or no?
It's a Freemason.
What is that Freemason?
Freemason?
I don't know what it is.
It's an organization of men that do business.
Okay.
Yeah, that's basically it. But I don't think it's good for this video.
Okay.
Talk about the Masons. But if you're interested, there's lots of information about the Freemasons. So my father belonged to the chapter in Chinatown.
Okay.
Mm.
But you don't have
So
know a lot of
after
people.
he passed away, my contact with Chinatown, I didn't have very much anymore.
Okay.
And Chinatown has changed from when I was going there. So when I was young, it was mainly people Cantonese.
Yeah.
But now it's more mainland. Yeah, Mandarin. Yeah. So I don't know these people. They don't know me.
But for your circle, do you know how many people are teaching Kung Fu, the traditional Kung Fu, in your circle? People you know?
I know people in Toronto, and then there's like I said Lorne here. But I really don't pay that much attention to other people. I worry more about what I do and what my students do.
But you've been teaching for 30 years, right?
So I started Choi Li Fut in 1987.
1987. That time I was 8 years old. So you're 20.
I was 20.
That's so easy. So with the 12, like we all know the 12 circle. That's a long time ago.
That's a long time ago.
8 years old when I was in the village. That time probably I was practicing Choi Li Fut at the same time as well after watching movies. we used to we make a little bag, fill all the sand. We wrap around the calf and we run. We run. Yeah, like from Shaolin Temple.
Yeah. You can also do. Then you dig a hole. 2 feet, and you jump in and out, in and out, in and out, and then you dig another 2 feet in and out.
And we were copying the moves from Shaolin, the Kung Fu movies. Yeah. And we have a big box of sand, and we were cutting with our zhang, our hand, like cutting to practice the 铁砂掌. It's the iron.
The iron palm.
Yeah, iron palm, like doing this all the time.
So it takes about 6 months to develop a good, strong fist.
Yeah.
It takes about 3 years to develop the chop choi, the leopard strike. And it takes 10 years to develop the finger strike.
But how about the one finger thing? Like
longer.
Yeah.
Longer than the fingers.
Bruce Lee can do 2 fingers or 1 finger, the push-up.
He was doing the push-up, but he was breaking.
Yeah.
He was breaking. Yeah. There was the old monk. He could do
1 finger.
2 fingers like this, but he's upside down.
Yeah, upside.
On one hand.
Even 1 finger, I guess.
And he can do 1 finger.
Yeah, it's the Shaolin Kung Fu. Yeah.
But two fingers were the size of his wrist.
Yeah.
And he couldn't bend them anymore because he had broken them so many times that they had fused.
Really?
Yeah. So
That's
I know
kind of injury.
It's an injury. You're right. It's totally an injury, but it shows a certain mindset that you're willing to go
extreme
to an extreme to do something. Yeah. Do I think it's good anymore? No. In the past, it had its place, but your hands were now claws. They weren't hands anymore.
I used to punch
Now we need to be able to type. And you can't type if you can't bend your fingers. Yeah.
Yeah, after watch all these kung fu movies, we were punching trees.
Yeah. Many kids broke their hands doing that.
We were punching.
Yeah.
In the countryside, we got a lot of trees.
Yeah. Well, even in the city, there's lots of trees. If you go to a park or whatever, the attendants don't like it though.
So when you were 20 years old, you were pretty good at the Choi Li Fut already.
When I was 20? No, I was starting.
Okay, starting Choi Li Fut.
Yes.
But when you were so young, why did you have the patience to do this kind of slow kung? It's very slow. You don't see the result. You don't look very cool in front of other young people.
That's true. Yeah. But I never cared too much about what other people thought.
Okay, that's the internal piece.
Yeah, I guess. I don't care very much about what other people think.
That's very needed, I think. That's very needed if you focus on one thing.
Right now, I think the whole world is going through a sort of existential crisis of needing to be seen.
Yeah, attention.
Yeah.
Myself included.
But there's advertising, and then there's stuff where I don't care what kind of underwear you wear.
Yep.
Why should you care what kind of underwear I wear?
Yep.
Right. But so many people do. Not for me, but for someone famous. Like let's say, Chris Hemsworth or whatever. Yeah. So many people care about what he's wearing. Everything.
Yeah,
it's a little sick.
Like even the Instagram, we share a lot of pictures. That's why I'm really surprised. Like at the beginning, you said you have no sale. I thought you had an Instagram because you can, like when your students like practicing one style, you probably should a short video of 2 minutes and you post on Instagram. They say, "Oh, cool! Next time I sign up with you, or at least I want to know you." And that will help your business for sure. Like,
You're right.
More attention. I
just hate that stuff.
Yeah, exactly. So
to my own detriment.
Yeah. Yeah, lot of I'm pretty sure there's some kung fu masters they are doing this right now.
Absolutely.
Yeah, Instagram is perfect for your kind of.
When it comes to marketing,
right? Yeah,
I'm zero. Or almost zero.
That's a good thing, to be honest. That's really good. That keep you more focused. You do what, and then it will produce.
It makes it harder to pay the bills, though.
Yeah. It will produce best result for yourself.
It's a theory.
Yeah. I think because everything takes time, dedication.
Anything that's worth it takes time.
Yeah. If you talk about the meaning of life, if you're good at something you find is really you enjoy and you think you can practice to the extreme or at least the way to the degree you like yourself a lot. So that's the meaning of life at the end.
It's a meaning. Yeah.
If people make a lot of money, but at least every day was fighting for attention, I have to show this to other people. And to see other people like it or not, you have to see, I sent this picture, I have 20 likes. Next time I want to get 50 likes. Next time I want to get 100 likes. And then you keep like...
If somebody doesn't like me, it's okay.
Yeah, exactly. So that's... but I guess like the dedication bring you the results as well. Like look at I thought it was a soft belly, then turned out it's a tough belly. It's a hard belly,
Yeah, I have a friend. And he said, "Oh, your stomach's getting big." And I said, "Yeah, well, hit it, and he hit it. I went, is it? I said, is it soft? And he said, no. Then I said, it's okay.
But do you at the so you don't do those kind of the workout, the gym thing to keep like your body kind of slim?
No. If you look at, you know who QiGong is, right? QiGong?
Guangong, yeah.
Okay.
Guan Yu,
Yeah, Guan Yu.
Yeah.
Have you seen him? He's not skinny.
Yeah, he's not skinny at all.
He's not skinny.
But that's the old time, because if you have lots of meat to eat, it's a luxury.
Yes, yes. So times change.
Yeah.
When in times of abundance, sexy is fat.
Yeah.
In times of poverty, fat is sexy.
Yeah, exactly. In the old times, if you little bit more built up, they think you had enough, performance, eats, drinks.
Yeah. But also, he was reportedly a very powerful man.
Yeah, he's one of the best. Actually, top one, because in the...
No, the top one was, I think it was Liu Bu.
No, actually not. Liu Bu is not they call the strategist. So your fighting is good, but Guan Gong is the only one good at both.
Both, yes, he was good at both.
That's why he's the...
So respected.
They worship him instead of any other warriors.
I have an altar to him in the school.
Exactly. And he's the only one. He's the only one. Physical fight is top, and then he was a strategist leading an army. That's why he was worship. Even today, is that in Cantonese culture? Guan Gong is worshipped like, but in our Jiangsu province, we don't have Guan Gong that much, but we knew.
The story of Romance of the Three Kingdoms is basically the Odyssey for China.
Everybody knows it.
Yeah.
That's amazing. You 30 years for this. But of all this year, do you have some students really following, like really practicing all the time? Some people are going to drop out saying like, this is not that cool.
I have some people that have dropped out, and most people drop out.
Yeah, you see, it's
okay. It's okay. They got what they needed.
But always you have somebody really like, some of them really like practice all the time.
Yeah.
That's kind of maybe the soulmate.
And some people, you really change their lives for the better. Yeah. I have one student. Let's see, how old is he now? He's 28. And I've known him since he was 14. He stopped every now and then. But one of the things that when he first started, he was very fat and very angry, very sullen and angry. And he stuck around because he was wondering why, like he did the first class and it hurt so much. And he stuck around though because other people were coming back and he was wondering, what are they getting out of this? This is crazy. And so he stuck around, and now he's one of my more advanced students.
But do you guys do the stretching everything every day?
They're stretching if you want to do that, yeah.
You don't have to do the stretching thing.
Well, you should do some stretching at least.
The basics, right? All the basics.
But the style itself, you do the style, you get some stretching and a lot of exercises too. Like it's always good to take a little warm up before, especially the older you get.
Me, stretching is really bad. I used to run a lot actually, but
if you run, you need to stretch first.
Yeah. But also like right now everything is business, and then it's very hard to keep like you have a rent.
That's why when you went for enlightenment, to be a monk is the fast vehicle. Because that's all you do. If you're a layman and you have problems and you have children and you have a wife and you have a business and you have taxes and bills, and these are big distractions.
Yeah. But you got a family as well, right?
No.
Single?
I'm single. I chose not to have any family.
Cool. That's have more time then. A lot
Exactly.
more time.
I have a lot more time. Yeah. Whenever I've been with somebody, it's someone that didn't want children either.
Yeah, that's if you have a family, they're gonna. It's more demanding, or sometimes you have to.
Yeah. So one of the leading cause of me losing students is they get kids.
Yep. It's very, very.
And that's okay. That's okay. It's part of, that's how that goes.
I think anybody they achieve something extraordinary, they have to be really dedicated to something they do. It's people say they are famous, they are really good they achieve great stuff, but a lot of times
there's no overnight success.
Yeah, exactly. So
there's no overnight success. When someone is saying that what you're doing is an overnight success, most likely they're not seeing the decades of work behind that.
But when did you, as you're very young, when did you realize you really like this stuff? Like you want to. Sometimes like you have to find the thing is really you are really into the thing.
For a while, I thought I wanted to be a psychologist. So
Psychologist.
I went to Dawson, and then I went to McGill. And during my first year at McGill...
Oh, you graduated from McGill?
I didn't graduate.
Okay,
I just attended. Yeah. Okay? And I would look at my teachers, and very few of them seemed happy. They seemed like they had to teach us to do the things they wanted to do.
They have to have a family to support.
But like they wanted to do their experiments, but they had to teach us to be able to do those things, and we were in the way. And the reason I wanted to go into psychology was to help other people.
Do you think I like doing restaurant?
I don't know. You must have some liking for it.
I don't know. It's really tough. A lot of time I really want to give up, and then sometimes you kind of too much to lose or whatever. That's why I always say I'm really mediocre myself. Really mediocre.
No. Your food is excellent.
No, I want to do something, but I find it too difficult. Then I back out a little bit and then say, I'll find a little bit. That's why I'm very soft. I find being mediocre is very okay for me.
Yeah. I don't think I need to be the best in the world. That's always temporary anyway. It's great if it happens, but it's all very temporary. Life is temporary.
Yeah, you're all gonna die.
Right. No one gets away.
They now have their technology. Actually, that's scary.
Yeah, if they discover how to make people live forever, that will be terrible times.
No, actually, right now it's scary. The new top companies, the top rich people, they founded some company to do the research on the cells. That's crazy. Actually, 300 years, no problem. I think with current technology.
Well, we will see. But
those people, they can regenerate everything. The cells, the way we die, because some cells they lose and they don't reproduce.
They don't. I know
those cells.
Yeah.
But if you find a mechanism, something to make it reproduce, that's scary.
Yes, and the only thing that will save us is if we can go into space. If that happens,
it will. Elon Musk.
I don't.
Have you?
Yeah, Elon Musk is a very good salesman.
Yeah.
I mean, he invented PayPal.
Yeah, no, not only salesman. He's also engineer, great engineer.
Yes,
great engineer.
But
pushing for limits.
We will see.
Yeah.
We will see.
Yeah, back to like when did you really think like you're gonna should they think for sure when they practice this?
Well,
Choi Li
so
Fut?
like I said, at the time, I was going to school, and before that, I thought I was going to leave the Kailang, my Kung Fu school, for a while, just to focus more on studies and to get a job to pay for it. But I was given a proposition to teach courses outside of the school, and it would help.
Teach you what? Teach you
Tai Chi.
Tai Chi.
Yeah, so I was teaching Tai Chi in hospital centers and rec centers, so to make money to pay for my courses. Until, like I said, I saw my teachers. They didn't seem happy.
Yeah.
So I decided I was just going to teach Kung Fu. And that's what happened. And then my teacher passed away. And somebody else, Gabrielle, she inherited the school. In the end, it didn't work out very well between us.
Yeah.
So I had to go.
Yeah. That's a Kung Fu school.
Yeah. So I opened up my own school.
Yeah.
And I've had my own school since.
The current one.
Yeah.
You mentioned the Tai Long. What is that?
Kailang.
Yeah.
My teacher.
Oh, Kai Long is your teacher's name.
Yeah.
Okay.
Kai
Sorry
Long.
about
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, that used to be the biggest Kung Fu school in Montreal when I was going there. When I was going there at the beginning, there was about 90 people in Kung Fu and about 75 people in Tai Chi.
Okay.
That's a lot of people.
But Tai Chi, some people, are they serious about learning Tai Chi? Well, in the general population, they thought Tai Chi is just like old people to keep healthy, right?
You're right, but it's wrong. No, Tai Chi Chuan, what does that mean? Supreme Ultimate Fist. It's not keep healthy.
It's not.
The name is Supreme Ultimate Fist.
Really?
Yeah. If you don't know the martial applications and are unable to apply them, you're not really doing a good service of Tai Chi. Tai Chi is based on universal principles: heaven, earth, fire, water, wind, thunder and lightning, mountains, and valleys.
I guess that's the thing. If you read Chinese, maybe the old books, Tai Chi, maybe they have a lot of books about Kung Fu. I guess.
Yeah. But you can find a lot of good information in books.
I mean the real script, the real book from the masters.
There's been so many excellent translations, okay, of many of these books, and there's been some very bad ones. So finding which one you have, sometimes it's hit or miss, or sometimes you learn from a person who was misguided. You know, where
even the books, they appear to be ancient books. Like in Chinese, even some of them they are not real.
Right.
But I think they should be I think the real copies. I think at least 500 years back, they should have that. There must be somewhere.
Even recent ones. No. There's lots of good books out there too. This is not hidden. It's not hidden. It's just if you look for it.
But are you gonna write one or something?
I don't think so.
To draw some real stuff you practice?
No, there's enough books out there. I don't need to add. I want to make interesting people.
Yeah, that's true. Right now with the video, the video recording is much easier.
Yes, so much so I kind of hate it. I'll tell you why. So
it makes it not so.
When I was learning, there was video machines, but they were big, and you had to set up and everything. So you had to really learn. I had to learn my forms. So when my teacher saw, he would go, "Yeah, okay, that's not okay. You know, fix this, fix that." But now I teach a student a form, And then they take out their phone, they set it up, and they practice in front. And that's their practice for a lot of them. So, yeah, their phone knows the form, but they don't. It's too convenient.
Too convenient.
They don't have to learn it anymore. They can just do it once in front of the phone, and then they don't want to forget about it, but they don't practice it nowhere near how they should. I like to tell my students...
Or before they remember by heart. They have to
beyond heart.
Or they pay exactly.
It has to come out without you thinking.
Without thinking, yeah.
No. When I say 1 + 1, you don't go 1 plus, you go 2.
Yeah.
Well, if someone punches you and you go, what am I going to do? You're going to get punched in the face.
I know it's cheat. They record it and then they...
Yes, it's a little bit...
Yeah, I will watch after.
Yeah, I will watch after, and they don't watch it after. Because hardly anybody watches their own videos after.
That's very true. That's very true. Everything takes time. But like when you teach people the Qi at the beginning, people will be...
Oh, a lot of them don't believe.
Yeah, exactly. Like me, like how even the beginning there must be little Qi, or if you want to the first 10 times or 5 months, like some people, when they start picking up this, they have to be patient as well. At the beginning, you don't see anything out of it, right?
At the beginning, it's faith.
Yeah.
Okay?
Only faith.
Only faith. But if you're doing the exercises with the thoughts that you're supposed to have, pretty quickly, you start to feel things.
Where did you get this? It's the master, your Shifu told you to practice some.
I believed in Qi for a very long time. I don't believe in Qi anymore because I know it's real. Okay? Like, I don't believe in that light. I see it. I experience it. I don't believe in the sun.
You don't have to believe yet.
I don't have to anymore.
Believe in something you're not sure, right?
Right.
That requires to believe.
Right. So I don't believe in Qi. I know it's real. For me, I know it's real for others. But if they choose not to believe, it's fine too. And if someone doesn't want to feel it, they won't. Denial is very powerful.
Denial, yeah. But you have a lot of students to learn that Qi as well.
For a while, I was teaching QiGong, but I stopped. And one of the reasons is because just QiGong, at least at the age I was back then when I was teaching it, you attract a lot of sad people who are looking for a guru. They're looking for a guru. Yeah. They're not looking to learn. Okay? So that's... I don't want to start a cult. I have enough material to start a cult. I don't want to. I like sleeping at night. The guilt would kill me, I think. But there are some people that have no such feelings.
Yeah, but the cult thing, especially right now, a lot of people, they're kind of lost. You've easily lost with everybody sharing everything. You compare yourself to other people's life. A lot of people get lost. So they will find something, oh, this may save me. You know, I belong to something.
Right.
The fear of belonging.
And that's the wrong reason to do QiGong.
Exactly. So that's the foundation of a cult.
Yeah. It can be okay at the beginning, but eventually, you know, when the leader starts to exclude you from your family or to take you out of
that's the problem beginning.
Right away, or to other people. And what I mean by that is they're not us, they're other, so you can't associate them with them anymore. There's big problems with that.
That's very true.
Yeah.
Sometimes you gain something, but the guilt will be always there. You know you cheated or like you did something, you know, you get something by doing damage. So because I felt that I was attracting more and more of these people, I chose to stop. Yeah.
But Kung Fu,
Yeah.
if people start to have high, crazy ideas, you punch them in the face.
Wake up! Wake up! But do you have a lot of connection to the Chinese half, or like
Not anymore.
relatives, friends?
Exactly. Not anymore. Not anymore. So I used to have more Chinese friends, especially when I would go to Chinatown or whatever. But now, not as much anymore. As long as the people are willing and want to learn from me, I don't care what nationality.
Not so many.
Right.
Because you probably not that Chinese anymore, right?
Well, if you're out of China for more than 3 years, you're not Chinese anymore, right? There's a term.
We're
Wasn't it Chuxing or something?
3 years?
Yeah. You've been polluted.
Really, I never heard of
Yeah.
that.
I mean, you can always come back,
Yeah.
but you won't be the same.
Yeah, could be that, something like that.
Chinese can be very racist too. Like I
Yeah,
said,
that's
I've gotten racism from both sides.
Yeah, sometimes we're racist against ourselves. That's the thing.
Anywhere you go. So people from Montreal don't like the people from
I don't know.
whatever, okay? Same country, but no. Any excuse to other people can be good enough.
But for your relatives, like you have a lot of relatives.
So, for sure, I know I have 2 cousins. I met them once, or a few times.
Those are a big family. Your father's side, they probably a lot of siblings.
A lot of them didn't survive the revolution.
The Cultural Revolution.
My father said he was 3 days ahead of the army. If they had caught him, he would have died.
Yeah, because like
His father had been a minister in Chiang Kai-shek's government.
that was a big thing. That was a big crime.
Yes. Yes.
Could be really tough. Yeah.
No, my father grew up in a very privileged life. If he wanted to learn how to fly a plane, he could learn how to fly a plane.
Jeez, that must be a top official.
If he wants to learn how to play golf, he could learn how to play golf. If he wants to, he wanted to join the opera, but it was too old. So he got a position to learn how to take care of the costumes.
But that time they could have gone to Taiwan though. A lot of top
A lot of them
officials,
did,
yeah,
but
lot of top officials.
My grandfather apparently was probably poisoned.
Really killed by.
By somebody.
Yeah.
So
It was
that
a
didn't
big
happen.
guy. It was a
Yeah.
big shot. Yeah.
Yeah. So that didn't happen. Yeah. So the family didn't go.
Could be a big noble family.
But then, if my father had not been forced to run away, you never would have met my mother.
Yeah.
I would not have been born.
Yeah, the 1966 was the year they began the Cultural Revolution.
Yeah.
So you were born in 1967. So
Yeah.
right time.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
That's very interesting. Just history, just force you big
Well,
turn. Big turn.
we're seeing things like that happening again. Not necessarily just because of war, but just because of global warming. People have to move. They can't stay where they were because everything is flooding. The world is changing. So we're going to see a lot more of that.
A lot of people that choose to immigrate as well. A lot of them. The same thing you saw, like the big change in Chinatown, right?
My father, it wasn't a choice. He would have been happy to stay rich in China. The son of a rich man in China. He would have been happy, but he had to leave.
You want more tea? I go.
Water will be fine.
Okay. Give me some headache. Drink too much tea. Tea is like coffee, the same thing, I guess.
Similar.
Give me a little bit of color.
But if I take tea, I can sleep, no problem.
Okay.
Coffee, maybe it keeps me awake.
So, but for you, it's like it's more like a Quebecoise side, like.
Not so much the French. The government considers me an Anglophone, but I'm more of an Anglophone.
Well, French, you must be perfect in French, right?
Je suis pas mal en français.
No.
Ça marche très bien.
That's too much for me. My French is really. Probably the government, they should give you some recognition of doing the culture thing. That's really like a minority culture.
The wrong culture.
No, this is the traditional kung fu. The Choi Li Fut, this kind of martial art, is not so famous in China than northern part of China, but in the south it's huge. I'm from Jiangsu, you know. So we just roughly heard it, but not like a big fan. We know Shaolin Wudang, we all know that. But Choi Li Fut is very, very kind of in the southern provinces.
Yeah. Although in the north, they call it Choi Li Fut. So there's Choi Li Fut's a big style. Now, my Tai Chi style that was founded by my teacher, QiGong. He learned the Wu form from Wu Kamchen, the founder of the Wu style.
Wu style, Wu style, the Tai Chi Wu style.
Yeah, the small frame.
Yeah,
because there's another Wu which is big frame.
Tai Chi got a lot of kind of different.
So, if we go from the Chen we go to the Yang. The Yang we go to the Wu, and from the Wu, I have Tongping.
This kind of different styles to like the foreigner, not foreigner. You are foreigner as well. For some,
you're the foreigner. I was born here.
Yeah, I know. For the people that are not familiar with kung fu thing, it's really kind of confusing or like too many terminologies.
Yeah, but it just goes to show how things change. Okay,
but it's so easy for karate. Karate is karate, you know.
Yeah, it's one of the nice things in a way about karate, though, is that if you practice Shotokan karate in Germany and you practice it in Japan and you practice it in Los Angeles, it's probably the same thing. Might be some little stylistic differences.
They have the belt. Do you have belt as well?
Yeah, it's to help keep the back strong and keep your pants up.
Not the real belt, the different color.
Yeah, it's a sash.
How do you grade them?
How do I grade them? I don't grade them that way.
That's the ultimate system, I think. It's good to not grade them.
You know,
they don't carry your
right. Nobody knows what I know. Yeah. Nobody knows what they know unless they do it.
Actually, that's the true meaning of practicing. Actually, if you always carry your tag saying I have this color, it's kind of a show off.
When I was in high school, okay, one of my best friends at Wing Chun, his name was Yatwa. So Yatwa, his Wing Chun was not bad either, you know. And when we were in high school, when he found out what high school I was in, he joined me at my high school. And anyway, one day, this guy didn't like the look of my friend, so he started to, pick on him. And Yawa was like, "Go away." Okay. And the guy brought out his card and he said, "See, I'm a black belt." Yeah. And Yawa punched him.
Yeah. That's the thing.
Yeah. So, yeah. And what is a black belt? Except to say that you have mastered the basics. Yeah. Well, not mastered. You've learned the basics.
Yeah, it's kind of, it's a good thing to make it get popular as a sport or as a.
It helps because people feel a reward.
Yeah, exactly. More recognized or spread the word. they take the picture of the red belt or certificate to show to their friends.
Right.
So a lot of people know. Even the Wing Chun. Before that, I did not think I knew that name Wong Chun style, and until I watched the movie from Ip Man.
Mm-hmm.
So Ip Man, the movie, the Zheng Zidan, what is the
Donald
Donnie
Yen.
Yen, Donnie Yen.
Yeah.
He's a big star. So
He's a big star.
yeah, until like Donnie Yen made it so famous for the Ip Man, we saw that even the Tony Leung, right?
Yeah.
Tony Leung. He was the one movie was by him.
Yeah.
So it's like we need Wong Chun like
Why is Shaolin so popular?
because we use the
Because
Jet
the
Li.
Shaw brothers. No, before that.
The Shaw brother.
The
Yeah,
Shaw
Shaw brother
brothers
made movies.
A movie in the 1960s?
Yeah, Shaw brother.
Yeah, okay.
But for me, is when I was in the primary school, we watched the Jet Li's Shaolin Temple, that movie.
But before that, so many people didn't know about Shaolin. Only people who did martial arts. And the same thing with Wudang. Wudang.
Also, don't forget about the kung fu books from Jin Yong. Jin Yong make it like household. Like all the different Wudang, Shaolin, and another Mei. Do you know Mei?
Mei.
Mei and the other, different. They fight each other. They have different. Different kind of families.
Like a form that I learned is called Wudang Tai Yi Wu Xing Chuan, which it's literally made. Okay, it was made by the Taoist priests to kill Shaolin headbutters.
They were rivals.
They were rivals. Not all the time. Not all the time. Because sometimes they shared stuff.
Yeah, sometimes
they shared.
friends.
But clearly,
depends on the heads.
Clearly, at one point, there was a fight, and the Shaolin headbutters probably destroyed the priests. And so they made techniques to fight them. And this form, you can use it for other things, but so much of it is to kill those guys.
that reminds me, like sometimes their style, and you kind of invent a new style just doing that, right?
Right. So a lot of the things that I teach used to be family or military type secrets. So you didn't share that. That's why everybody was very, very secretive. You didn't want your enemy to see you do a form or anything because he would just going to think now, how do I destroy that?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. That's not the case anymore. Now there's guns.
Yeah, it doesn't matter how fast you are.
Yeah, you're not going to be faster than a bullet.
That's true. That's
what I teach is very archaic. This was the problem with the Boxers' Rebellion is they thought they were bulletproof and they were not.
And you knew that history.
Some, a little bit.
We call it you just charge. The bullets cannot kill you.
No. You can do that with punches, sticks, maybe a sword. But bullets, no, they go very fast and they penetrate a very tiny area. I don't care how good your chi is, you're gonna die.
But how do you see the business you do? Like you have to have an okay business, right?
Well, you have to pay the bills.
Yeah.
For me, beyond that, I'm okay.
I think that's this kind of thought and culture should be recognized or subsidized by the government.
Oh, I don't think so. No. The moment you accept a subsidy from the government, they want to tell you what to do.
That's true, though.
Yeah.
You look like Elon Musk now. Seriously, subsidy at the beginning, they help you, but always a string tied.
Yes,
it's always that way. They give you something.
There's no free lunch.
Yeah, exactly. Ultimately.
Yeah. Students who want to learn iron palm, things like that. Well, yes, you will develop a skill that if you hit somebody, it'll be very scary. But you will lose a hand.
Yeah.
It's going to be a weapon now. So everything has a cost.
But I guess you are super happy with where you are right now, right?
Yeah, I'm pretty happy.
Very zen.
Zen or charm. I don't have that many regrets. there's always sometimes things can go better. With hindsight, you look back and go, oh yeah, I could have done that different. But
either way, if you have done one thing for 30 years, either way you are succeeding already. That's already something quite extraordinary.
maybe in today's world, doing something that long, or I'm a dinosaur. It's not impossible. But for sure, I know I have people that I've changed their lives for better.
Yeah. Sometimes it's kind of the branding, everything, like it's too commercial, so, like corporate, everything. It's like you have to, like the belt thing, just make it, it's kind of marketing thing and the culture thing to make, but if you, like the form, like you practice right now, they don't recognize, have those kind of little dot or colors. It make it even more real.
China has adopted a system of duans.
Duan,
yeah. That's new.
Duan, what year it started? Like
I don't
maybe
know.
50 years or something.
Not that long.
The moment you start this grading system, you lose the original meaning already.
Sometimes.
You want to get more people to grade them, and then you get more recognition sometimes, and you lose the original purpose of, like, you just want to be better, or just want to kind of find some inner peace. Like the Wudang Shaolin at the beginning, they were like just either defend their temples, or they just want to be really strong.
Well, it's to help them reach enlightenment.
Yeah, enlightenment, and then read Bibles, and then at the same time, you have to be super strong to be sitting there still for 5 hours. Well, that's crazy.
The origin of Shaolin, right?
Yeah.
Is a monk Indian monk. Yeah. He went from India to China, and eventually he made his way to Tibet, and he ended his days in Japan. And then there was a follow-up by another monk called Damo. So he found the monks at Shaolin, and he saw they were just doing meditation. They weren't taking care of themselves. So he went into his cavern. He meditated for 9 years, they say.
Damo.
Yeah. And then he came out. And
Damo was supposed to be Kung Fu master.
Yes. Yeah.
Like ultimate fighter, warrior.
Well,
really good.
He taught Shaolin. Yeah. He taught them the 18 Lohan.
Yeah. 18 Lohan, we call it. 18.
Okay, so he taught them this. And from this, they strengthened their body. It was easier to do the meditation. Yeah. And that's the kernel that started Shaolin. And it got bigger and bigger, and they added more techniques and more things. Until one day, the 50 monks went and turned away an army of 500 people, and the emperor was really impressed.
I guess that's Dynasty Tang.
Yeah.
Dynasty Tang, we call Li Shiming, the emperor, the first or second Dynasty Tang. Mm-hmm. So actually the Shaolin monks saved him.
Yes.
Actually, that's the story. Yeah. That's the story from Jet Li.
No, well, it's not just Jet Li. It's
from the Shaolin, that movie. Yeah. It could be fake though. The history could be fake.
Could be fake, but I don't think so. I think that it's an actual story because they had riches.
Yeah.
They got them somewhere.
Yeah, that's because that time from Dynasty Tang. That's why the Buddhism was really respected. Really has a status in Dynasty Tang.
Yeah.
That's a big thing. But
why did Shaolin get destroyed?
Yeah.
It's because the monks started speaking badly about the government.
Seriously. When was that? Like some
it would have had to be
Qing or Ming?
It would have been the Ming.
Yeah, Ming.
Yeah, it was the Mings. Yeah.
Ming was pretty tough. The Zhu family.
Yes.
Zhu is the Emperor Zhu was the real only one from the peasant family. So he was really a smart guy. Other emperors,
if you inherit your title, you're probably not as good.
Yeah. The other emperors they came from big families.
If you look at Genghis Khan, he started from a very humble beginning, and he rose up.
Very capable.
Yeah, most of the known world was afraid of him.
Yeah. Genghis Khan kind of killed too many people.
He killed a lot of people. If we're keeping score, he killed a lot of people.
That's crazy. Even China was conquered by him.
Yeah. Yeah, they built a wall and it didn't work.
No, not at all. The wall never worked. When you need it most, not working. Seriously.
Yes, and some people refuse to learn from history.
It's all the time. When you need it most, even from dynasty Ming to dynasty Qing, the Great Wall was not like, I guess the one general. What is that? The general just opened the gate for the Qing army to come back to Beijing city. Wu Sangui, yeah, General Wu is the Marshal Wu, General Wu, and because of a woman, I guess he surrendered to Qing dynasty already, Qing army already from the barbarians from the north. So he just opened the gate. So welcome. He had a huge army. Instead of fighting, defending the country, he let them open the gate, and then let them in. The Wu Sangui.
Yeah, he's not remembered fondly, I'm sure.
No, not at all. It's just sold the whole country to the barbarians from the north, which became the dynasty Qing, the last dynasty. 400 years for that dynasty. We did great, almost finished everything.
Yeah.
This one a little bit really crazy.
So you see, I use the left hand. Right?
Yeah, I realized.
So my father would not teach me because he only wanted to teach me with the right side. So I had to teach myself.
That's typical, yeah. When I was 5, 6, my second old brother, we always this proper way to use that. Look, this way is fine, not too bad. Somehow my second old brother, like one thing is wrong. I don't know what wrong, and he was beaten a lot by my father. It's some. I guess one finger, this finger, something wrong.
Okay.
You can see right away. It's different.
Yeah.
So me, my oldest brother, and the middle brother, like he just could not do that. One finger. We laughed at him, and my father beat him several times for that. Not have to correct him. And even today, I'm not sure like he did it perfectly, but mine is fine. I'm a good student. But if you are left-handed, some parents like yours,
my father tried. Yeah. So
you have to use the right hand.
His idea of doing it was to tell me if I eat with my left hand, I can't eat.
Stop.
And after 3 days, my mom said, "Let him eat."
That's crazy. They said left-handed people very smart. They think
I don't know about that.
A lot of even the tennis players, a lot of left-handed.
But that's because it's like a fencer. Okay.
Oh, they don't know how to defend you.
You don't have. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So you get the same idea with a left-handed tennis player.
Yeah.
So
you're right. I heard that as well. It's very true because you always defend. You know the way of playing. You kind of think in your head.
If you're left-handed, you're dealing with right-handed people all the time.
Yeah.
And if you're left-handed and you deal with a left-handed person, it's just another left-handed person.
You have that advantage. Yeah. The experience thing.
Now I had when I was in CJEP, I took a course of fencing.
Yeah.
And in that class, there was a fencer. He was quite good, but not against me because he had a mental block against left-handed people.
That's the advantage. The fencing thing, how do you think of the fencing thing?
Oh, it's a lot of fun.
But then you can, when you know the sword fighting, and then that help you?
The footwork help.
Yeah.
Okay? But it's very pokey, stabby, the fencing. So it's a little different.
Not like smacking.
Yeah, Choi Li Fut is more like a whip.
Yeah.
So it's less just stab.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And in Chinese, the knife, there's some knife is heavy. We call it
大刀. Yeah, the big knife.
Yeah, big knife.
Yeah.
Is that like you use that as well?
Yes, I use that, and in Tai Chi I also use the gim, the two-sided sword.
The sword, yeah.
Yeah.
But how do you translate that though? Like how do you don't translate, but what kind of term? Like you have to get it from somewhere. The English name and the French name. That's kind of a lot of words.
Not really. It's not that much.
Or you can call it whatever.
You can say straight sword. It's fine. You can say gim. It's fine.
And a lot of those kind of the moves, the kind of you have to give them terms.
Yeah,
right?
it's useful to know the name. Sure. So,
too many things like
Pao Choi, cannon fist,
and also the wood thing. Like
yeah, so that's the Wing Chun one.
Yeah.
The one everybody thinks about is the Wing Chun one.
But even like
Choi Li Fut,
you have that wooden thing as well, right?
There's actually in Choi Li Fut there's 18 different ones.
Because
there's one that's very popular, but there's other things.
If you sell merchants, you will make a lot of money, like because you have two different styles to choose.
I would have to make them, right? Yeah. So one dummy now is probably it's over $1,000.
Really?
Yeah.
Why is it so expensive?
Because it has to be made out of very good wood because you're going to be hitting it a lot.
And it's very very solid.
Very solid. Yeah.
But the form that is not as long as you have
there's
arms,
many forms.
Yeah,
the Wing Chun one has the two arms on top, one arm at the bottom, so you can practice that, and one leg. The more popular wooden dummy for Choi Li Fut has two arms at the has the leg, two arms at the bottom, and one big arm that moves up and down.
Moves?
Yeah.
What is the mechanism inside?
It's not inside. It's just a counterweight on the back.
Okay.
So you bring it down and it comes back up by itself.
Okay. That's stuff.
So yeah, I have one at the school now. It's fun. It's a nice toy. Yeah. It's okay to help train, but it's not that necessary. Other people are more interesting.
But you harden your skin, harden your muscle here.
No, you already do that with other people. So we practice an exercise called Dam Sam Sing. So you hit, and at first it hurts a lot, and eventually it doesn't hurt anymore.
I guess that killed nerves.
It doesn't kill them. It puts them to sleep. Because if you stop training for a while, the pain comes back. Like, I still have sensation. Yeah. Okay, I still have sensation. But that pain where if I hit something very hard, it doesn't go, you don't have that anymore.
That's the thing, like
and you do break your bones a little bit every time at the beginning, and then they heal stronger. So you become the bones become thicker.
Sometimes the fighting is about who can take the pain more. Like if you it's like that's back to the boxer rebellion. If they think you are right, if you're invincible, like they hit you like I don't care, and then at the end they're probably gonna win because
it's well known that sometimes the fighter would actually probably be dead, but he can still fight until the fight's over and it just drops dead.
Yeah. Or the other side surrendered already,
But sometimes they drop dead. That's it. Gone.
So it's a lot of torture, I think. Like
a little bit.
We do that.
Yeah. Okay. So there's like in any sport, there's good pain and bad pain. So good pain is pain that you've worked very hard and you're going to heal pretty quickly. Okay. And then bad pain is a pain that's like sharp and is very unpleasant and is seemingly too long lasting.
Yeah. It's not helping you.
That's not helping you at all. It's not helping you at all. So there's good pain and there's bad pain. There's a way to use pain as a motivator. So when I was learning Wing Chun at the beginning, my sifu, he asked my father if he could teach me like in China. And my father said yes.
You trying to go back to China? Go to China?
No, not go to China, but he could teach me like I was in China.
Okay.
So
it's more disciplined.
So yeah,
more strict.
Not necessarily more strict, but he had this stick. It was about this long, about the size, thicker than my thumb. And if you didn't do it right, he hit me pretty hard.
Yeah, that's the old sifu.
Yeah. I don't do that with my students.
That's too old school. It's the people right now. It's soft, It's soft.
Yeah. People,
Mentally
well,
soft.
a little bit. But so yes, you can be corrected. Like if Ma Ping had said, "Oh, sit lower," maybe I would have sat lower in a week, in a year. I don't know. Okay, but instead of saying sit, he hit me with a stick.
That's tough.
And it wasn't out of anger. It was just bring your attention now.
Yeah, bring your attention. Like make sure, like you did something not
correct. Right. So I learned really quickly because I didn't like being hit by the stick.
That helps actually.
Yeah.
The result is quicker.
The result is so much quicker. Now, if he had done it and been angry, that might have messed me up in the head.
Yeah.
But he wasn't angry.
It's always like that's what we call it, good teachers.
Right.
The good teachers.
Yeah. So there's a happy middle where some pain is good, but crazy pain will make you crazy.
That's true though. Yeah, it's very, 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 very rare right now. Even like all my friends, to be honest, I've been here 15 years. A lot of my Chinese friends, I don't know any of them practice Kung Fu. But all the kids,
One of the reasons is because Kung Fu, if you were in the South, it was associated with the mafia, with criminals. Because who needs to know how to fight? Criminals. If you don't know how to fight, it's okay if you're not a criminal. But if you're a criminal, it's useful.
That's why in the United States, that's really amazing. They have a lot of those clubs. Even they're good for multi MMA. What is the multi martial art?
Yeah.
And all the UFC, all the boxing. They have a lot of those gyms.
Yes.
That's amazing. But you don't see that a lot of in China. Not so
well,
many.
there's some now.
Yeah.
There's some now.
Only beginning right now.
Yeah, there's one guy, he's famous for beating up on
the UFC, the woman, right?
No, a guy he challenges people who do traditional styles. Like he's really famous. He beat up this
the Chinese guy.
Chinese guy. He beat up this other guy who did Tai Chi.
I guess that's a fake one though. He's himself is not real. Yeah.
Oh no, the guy's pretty tough.
It's just what we call the sanda, right?
Yeah.
It's a street fighter. The sanda, you have the advantage because people are not prepared. Like
oh no, that guy he accepted the challenge, but that guy wasn't very good. He stood up like someone who'd never fought before. You know, standing up with your arms like this. This is not a guard. Yeah. You're going to get punched in the you're going to get punched in the face.
There's a UFC woman. The woman, what is the name? She was number one. She got twice champion. Like the UFC. Okay. She was pretty good. She's crazy.
Yeah, no, there's a lot of tough people in the UFC.
Yeah. But like the gyms in Canada, United States, I guess same. A lot of these kind of gyms they practice. But Kung Fu is not big thing, but you have karate, taekwondo, the Korean one. And the judo as well.
Yes. Yeah. Judo is a very good sport.
And very fancy. I think it's very useful as well. Like
it's very useful if you don't want to necessarily hurt the other person too much.
Exactly. That's why the jiu-jitsu is coming from close to judo as well.
Well, judo is from jiu-jitsu with a lot of the lethal techniques taken out.
Yeah. All that to do. It just makes you surrender. You lose your capability of defend yourself.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
But some people don't know when to give up.
Yeah, you have to tap. But the traditional one, it's a very very. It's really interesting. I guess there's still need more room to promote. It's not very fancy right now. It's not looking fancy. It's not very very useful. Like people find it's too cool, especially Choi Li Fut. You have to yell, right?
Yes. There's a whole bunch of
exactly.
Sick.
Yeah.
But you know what sick means, right?
Sick what mean?
Kill, die, or die.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Die.
Oh, 死.
Sick. But you say it's sick.
Really?
Yeah.
In Mandarin, I don't think we have that thing. That's why it's from Canton, Guangdong province.
Okay.
That's like Cantonese C.
Yeah. But the sounds, they're useful. It's not just to make a sound.
Your strength.
No, not just to gather your strength. To gather the strength in a direction.
Okay.
So if you put your hand here, okay, and I go, see it comes up, out.
That's crazy.
Okay.
How many decibels you created?
I didn't do very loud.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like
I didn't do it very loud. No, I could go much louder.
so this is the burst of
But the
energy.
The burst of energy.
That's
see
crazy.
with the way the sound comes up. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, this is for usually it's associated with a palm strike.
Actually, in the jiu-jitsu, the UFC, they cannot lock you. I guess if you have that kind of burst, they try to lock you to the position.
It can be harder for them. It's not
when you're on the ground.
Okay. On the ground, I don't have what is called a ground game.
Yeah.
All right. If someone takes me to the ground, something has gone very wrong with what I do.
Yeah, probably you're in big trouble already.
Right.
Because some people the jiu-jitsu is really good at the ground game.
Right.
Really ground.
Yes.
The first thing
they try to take you on the ground because that's where they're strong.
Yeah, strong.
Okay.
It's very practical.
I won't play that game. If the guy gets on the ground, I will go grab a chair and I will hit him with the chair. Or if I'm outside, I will grab a rock and I will throw the rock at him. Okay.
Yeah, the yelling thing, it's really amazing. But that's the thing. Like when you have this, it's not so fancy that's why I guess it's difficult to promote that to be really appealing to the young kids, especially right now. Everything starts with young. Like all the kids, like the curriculum thing.
Yeah, everything has to be fast.
Yeah, that's the thing. The karate is, I guess, most popular right now for the kids. Karate and the judo and
right now,
taekwondo.
Yeah, for the kids.
Oh, the free kicking too. What is the free
taekwondo?
Box kicking. Kickboxing.
Oh, kickboxing. Yeah,
kickboxing. That thing is super popular. In West Island, we have several of that studio.
Okay.
And it's as long as like it look cool. I guess you have to look. That's the fast culture as well. You have to be fast. After 1 month, you look cool. You know? Parents can take video to show in the moments in the kind of show off.
So Choi Li Fut, traditionally, I don't teach a traditional, semi-traditional, but traditionally, you only did footwork for 3 years.
So boring, right?
So really boring, really boring. But your footwork is excellent. But I teach footwork and handwork. Yeah, in the first month.
Do you need to get on those kind of called 妆梅花妆? Do you get on those kind of?
Oh, you mean the posts?
Yeah, the posts.
No, I don't do that. There's no space for that in the school.
But outdoor, you can put that in outdoor. That would be so cool.
Yeah,
but you can get on that thing, right?
My CJ used to practice the sword form on that.
Okay. Yeah. So
to give.
But you can do that. You can pretty well can finish
practicing on the post.
Yeah, on the post.
No, I don't do that.
Okay, that one's pretty. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
That's kind of in Chinatown. There's a ramen place. Like they show you how to pour the noodles. The showman. Lanzhou. You know, when they see that, very cool, attract people's attention. When you do on the wood post. And you do that kind of fighting, and then that would be amazing.
A little bit, but not enough. I remember I did a demonstration. Okay,
especially when you flip and then land back. That's amazing. That's what Jet Li did in the movie.
Yeah, but he had wires.
Wires. But I think they could. His level probably can do it without wires.
Maybe, but you don't want him to miss because the insurance is too expensive.
It's injury. Kind of bump your head.
Yeah, Jackie Chan is famous for hurting himself, right?
For stunts.
Yeah, but for flashiness, I remember one time in Montreal North there was a big demonstration, so I participated in it, and I was doing the kwando. The General Kwan's knife, the stick with the big knife.
At that's like a guangong.
Yeah, exactly. Kwando. Yeah. So I did that form, and one of my friends was in the audience, and he was looking at it and was going, "Oh, that's really, really nice." But the audience didn't know, and when I finished, it was
not so many.
They didn't appreciate the work. They didn't appreciate it. They didn't understand it. Okay, but my friend who does the kwando was going, "Oh, I like this. This is really nice." Now, after me, there was these two kids, and they were doing karate, the bow staff, except that they were plastic stabs, okay, with glow lights, and it was like so pretty and fancy. There was no power; it was just fast. And then the audience went went crazy for that.
That's the thing. It's you see the difference right away. You know, it's kind of everything a little bit.
People who know, they will know. People who don't know, like flash.
But do you participate some kind of those kind of the lion dance thing? It's really difficult.
Not anymore, but I did. I did a lot of them.
Yeah, that's crazy too. We don't have that in the north. Also
I did both. Yeah. Okay, so I did the Southern Lion, and I also did the Northern one where you dress up in the whole furry suit, and with the smaller head. Yeah. So
that's like both. A solo. Is that the Northern? Is like
no, it's also double. It's also double. There's smaller ones, the baby lions. That's a solo. It's a full costume. But then there's the other one with where you pick up the guy.
That's crazy.
It's a lot of fun.
In Chinatown, they still have that performance sometimes.
Yeah. I know one of the people that does it. Yeah.
That's amazing.
But I could have got myself a lion and all the instruments and teach people, but I'm going to leave it to people who look like Chinese people to do it.
Even also like it's like too many styles, too many. You good at a lot of them already. It's already. You know, it's
No, that's in Chinatown. I'm going to leave it to people who look like they're Chinese.
We look pretty Chinese as well.
I don't think so. Someone told me I look like Mongolian.
They said I'm from Mongolia too. But you are kind of surprisingly strong, like crazy. Like the first look, they will say like, this is like a guy, you know, like eating McDonald's.
Yeah.
But it's like. That's like
so
they would call from inside to outside.
In Tai Chi, we say look soft on the outside, but be like steel on the inside.
Yeah. That's really you kind of it shows the result is.
You don't want to show off to your opponent. You want him or her to be surprised.
To be surprised. That's
because surprise is.
But you never get into a real fight, right?
Oh yeah, I have.
As an adult.
Mm-hmm.
As an adult, like But what is in the street like confrontation? Like
so
some people said some bad things.
One time, I was in the metro, and I was coming home from teaching, and in my bag I had $500. I was going to put in the bank the next day. The doors open at the station, at John Talo Station, and I go to get out, and there's three young guys. They look between 19 and 20, 25. Three young guys. And they try to get in as I'm trying to leave. Okay. So, there was a little old lady there. I could have knocked her over and gone around, but I wasn't going to do that. So when the guy came around me, I went like this under his arm. I picked him up and moved him to the side to go through, and he didn't like that, so he grabbed my arm and he punched me in the head. So then I dragged him into the tunnel. Okay. And then he attacked me, so I blocked his kick, and I hurt his leg a little bit, and he stopped. And then his friend attacked, so I blocked, and again hurt his leg a little bit. And there was a third guy who was looking. And he didn't seem like to really want to, but he did attack. And the first guy attacked me again. And as he was attacking me, well, before that he said, "Oh, tu fais du karaté, toi." And as he was attacking me, he went, so the hand that he punched me in the ear, I think he broke it because he fell down. He was holding his hand like this, and he was going, "T'es chanceux, t'es chanceux." And as this was happening, the other guy was running around in a circle, screaming, "J'ai pas peur, j'ai pas peur, j'ai pas peur."
What is j'ai pas peur?
I'm not afraid.
Really?
Yes. Okay. And he was taking off his winter coat and everything, and he came charging at me. And that was it. I dropped my bag, and I was going to really hurt him. But his other friend here, the one I looked at who went, "I don't want any," okay, he tackled his friend to the floor. Okay. and saved his life.
Yeah.
And I'm grateful
Yeah.
to his friend that
Otherwise,
saved his life. The one, I know for a fact that the one who got put on the floor by his friend,
Yeah.
he was angry at his friend for stopping him.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that other guy, he recognized, oh,
This guy knows
there's
something.
two guys,
Yeah.
and he's not afraid, he's
Yeah.
just getting madder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the street fight is very because they don't know what they get to. They don't know the opponent.
Yeah,
They
exactly. You never know who you're going to meet.
You some other guy look very normal, and it could be a killer.
Yeah.
Could be a real killer.
Or
like in the
just in the States, you don't know. It looks like nobody has a gun.
Or even the regular without gun, they could be the UFC champion. You
don't
never know.
You don't know.
They practice UFC a long time. The one punch can kill you.
Maybe.
A lot of people, even skinny, they have only 60, 140 pound or 130 pound. Those guys crazy. You know, it's like they look small.
You never know who you're going to meet.
That's the problem. Yeah. You don't want to fight anybody in the street. You never know. Even some ladies. Those ladies, they practice those kind of the fights like boxing, like they can. It's nowadays you don't know who's who. It's,
right. You know, wasn't there somebody? It was a mugger who tried to take something from some lady, and she got him into an arm bar, and someone filmed it, and he got on the internet, and that was it for his life. I'm sure everybody would recognize him.
It's very, very interesting. That's why the people, they capable, they know kung fu, they know some martial arts. They need to be cool as well. You know, if you easily get really upset,
that's.
It's right now. It's like some people in the metro, they're gonna angry all the time. Some people they're gonna yell at the people they minority. Some it's easily get upset.
Have you ever gotten any backlash because you look Chinese over the virus? Some people going.
Not me though.
Oh, okay, that's good.
For me, that's weird. Because
some people, they don't make the difference.
I don't. For me, I don't care too much. Also, it depends. Maybe the people look or they walk. To be honest, I see because I always my own business. I don't feel like I'm mistreated. I don't feel like I don't look down on other people, but I don't feel like I'm less than other people. So that's why it's a confidence there. I don't even care. My English okay. My English okay enough to throw back some bad words to other people as well. If you say something bad to me, I say something back right back to you. I don't feel like only one time maybe some words or I don't even remember. For me, it's just like I don't discriminate other people and I'm fine. I don't think like other people, even some white people. I don't think it's fun. It's ever experienced or something very negative. I'm just doing my stuff.
Yeah, that's a good attitude.
Not too bad actually for me.
Yeah.
I spend a lot of time learning English, everything French. I'm learning. I'm more very very adapting to North America. Stuff. I'm very adapting.
It's good to have a forgiving heart.
Yeah, I'm okay. I don't even care. And it's like some other people like. I don't know why they're targeted a lot. I'm not targeted. I don't think I'm ever targeted. Like, it's
okay. Well, that's great.
Yeah, not too bad so far. At least 15 years in Montreal, and also I think I do have one friend, like 10 years, but he's really small, skinny, and so he was even like not bullied. He's adult, but even like young. 12, 13, like young kids, several of them like kind of pushed her like sometimes like you are in the position you are physically too small or too skinny and sometimes they try to bully you. I think.
Yeah, if you look like a victim, you will attract bullies.
Yeah, exactly.
So when I was young, I was very short, and I learned early if you make them pay. They will pick on somebody else.
Exactly. I came from a village, like one guy, like I guess 7, 6. We all about these 4 guys together, including me. We all go to the same class in the village. Really poor like crazy. So 4 of us all the time we hung out together. So three of us the same height, the tall. One guy very tall, like maybe 10 centimeters taller than all of us. The guy was picking the short one. One of the even short, little bit short. He was every time pushing it a little bit stronger. One day, the shorter guy just picked up a brick. Seriously, a brick kind of bumped his head, and he was bleeding. After that, this guy was bullying the big guy.
Okay.
And turned out the big guy is the same family name Fei. And little bit like we would think the IQ little bit below us. Like the other three, we were like normal kid. The guys later on find out he's not doing so well in the school, but he was really scared of that guy. But for other two, me and another guy, we were the good guys. But the smaller guy every time was bullying the big guy. Because in the street, like the bad places, you have to be really showing you are brave.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter you're big, small. And one time they bully you, and you just took whatever you have in your hand. Sometimes even like what we had in the junior high school, we had like the thing with a needle. This thing where you draw the circle. What I don't.
Protractor.
Protractor, yeah. The one. The on the blackboard, so that thing is this long, two legs, right? One leg has a needle thing. We call nails, thick, the real nail. And one time, one guy was beating me. I was using that to step, and I broke that. And the teacher asked me to buy a brand new for that thing.
Okay.
And just like that time, you have to be fearless.
Yeah.
You kind of they're physically strong. That guy was beating me like crazy. Like he called me to we have 2 rows of desks, and then the middle very narrow. I was against the wall. He was punching really hard, and you know he's much stronger than me. But that time, like you just grab whatever. Even we did not have knife that time, and with that thing, and we just try to step, and the next time we'll be fine. You know, they know you cannot be when they beat you. This time they beat you out in the open. You have no chance.
Yes.
But next time, you cannot watch your back all the time. That's a mentality you have to have. Like
but you also need friends.
Yeah, but even that time I did not. We survive that environment. It always doesn't matter how big, how strong you are. You cannot watch your back all the time.
Yeah.
Exactly. So when they know you have that mentality, you can retaliate.
Yes.
They don't mess with you anymore.
Right.
And whatever, like you're walking in the front, and yesterday you beat me like crazy, and today I have something in my hand. I walk sneaky from the back, and we're gonna stab you. Whatever. If you don't care, they're gonna mess. They need to think twice. Yeah. That's always when we're in the village. Really tough. We all fight this. I was small, but I talk a lot. So normally I don't get in trouble. Once in a while, when we go to junior high school, we have kids from other villages. From day one, somebody gonna pick on you.
Yes.
But sometimes, like when you get one time, they know you. If you show them you're afraid,
it's the same thing here. I mean, when I went to high school, first day, someone tried to pick on me, and he found out not this one.
Yeah, not this one, because I was a good guy, but I never bullied anybody. But I don't think everybody tried many times on me. Just one time was once in a while, and I talk a lot. That's a good thing. Talk a lot, you make a lot of friends, and then you kind of kidding this one, kidding that one. But we very familiar in the village. Like they took whatever they want. They have like 2 or at least the buddies. Yeah. They get killed in the city. The same thing. They did not know what they are getting to. Some people they really you thought you are thug. They're even worse than you.
Yes.
And 2 of them, some of them they died like when I in the university at the time, like only 20 or 20. They get killed in the city. They went there. The same methodology, same way they deal in the village, and they were fine. They got away like me. But if I stab somebody in the city, or some other guy may kill me.
Yeah, maybe.
It's but it's interesting. But have a balance. You need to try your luck.
Yeah, but you learned your lesson when you were young enough that getting some damage was not necessarily fatal.
Yeah.
When you're an adult, you get that kind of damage from an adult, it might be fatal.
Exactly. So we have to be, it's some.
No. Like there are things to learn from your bullies. Yeah. Good, important life lessons that I picked up from my bullies.
But you will be you are great. You really have the strength. You have the skilled strength. So you in 99.9% of situations you will be totally fine. You know.
Yeah, I've had a couple of confrontations, and usually it's no problem.
Yeah, for me, gonna avoid. You know the best.
Yeah, no, I'd rather avoid. Oh, I'd much rather avoid.
But you are tough. You are big. Actually, the another one is like I find people. If you're not super tall, super strong, you grow wider. Seriously, the gravity,
Yes.
the weight is
there's
king.
a reason why there's weight divisions in boxing.
Exactly, the weight is the elephant. You know, the elephant by the weight.
Yeah.
You know, that's why I say like the people they build the muscle. If they don't grow this way, they grow this way, and then totally fine. That's your strength as well.
Yeah. Well, you want to.
The people don't pick up on it.
But if you look at me and you don't know me, I look pretty harmless.
Yeah, you're great. You're great. You're great. Actually, your appointment at 3.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. Yes.
Great.
So this was good. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you. You're welcome. And I check your website, the Kung Fu, wongkungfu.ca. Actually, I put in this video.
Okay.
With this video. Interesting. This is very traditional. It's amazing.
Well, if you're curious about QiGong, let me know.
Great.
I can show you some.
Thank you. I felt it already. That's kind of...
No. So you feel the qi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Too much, like a lot. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, man.